Hey guys, just wanted to record a video real quick on this duel I just had, so you can see the deck list here. Pretty standard Dark Lords, except that I'm running Hatronade, which you can or can't consider standard, depending on how you choose, and a Cosmic Cyclone because I do not have two Hatronades. So that's just the deck list. But anyway, on to the duel. This is the first time I've ever had a duel where I was convinced that I had lost twice, and I actually managed to pull it out. So we're gonna watch this. It's I did overcomplicate this. I could have had a nice easy win, I believe, but sometimes you gotta take the long road. So I open up with 2 Ix Shells, a Nostin, and the Trap. So basically, Ix Shell send itself in the trap to the grave, draw 2, I drew an Uku back in another trap, and then I Nostin and I send the Uku back in the other trap that I just drew into the grave. Special summon Nostin. Not a very strong opening turn. Now he summons a Snipe Hunter. This is where I goofed up. You definitely, because if they play a Snipe Hunter, you can assume they're playing Blue Eyes. I definitely should have negated the Snipe Hunter here, because what's he going to do? He's going to discard a White Stone of the Ancients, probably would be the logic. I chose not to negate because I'm dumb, and I immediately regretted my decision. Even though he didn't destroy White Stone of the Ancients, because I clicked the back button, I was like, why did I not negate? I don't actually want him to be able to discard a card. But instead, I wait for him to discard a card, then I negate. He sends a Dragon Spirit of White, but of course, he ends up having a Silver's Cry, and gets to summon it anyway. So at this point, he should only have a Snipe Hunter on the field, and then maybe 2 set cards. Instead, he's got a Dragon Spirit of White on the field, a Snipe Hunter, and a set card. So I let him summon this for no reason. He playing Beatdown, so he just swings over, attacks directly. I'm on 2,800 life, so not the best. But I draw into a Banishment of the Dark Lords. This card is making this deck relevant again. So obviously I need to be able to summon stuff, unless I just wanted to take a card and Ix Shell and pray, but I didn't want to do that. So I Dark Lord Contact for the Ix Shell, and then he treacherouses me, so I Dark Lord Contact again. Or I believe I go for another Ix Shell. No, I went for a Nostin. Okay, it doesn't really matter. And then with the Nostin, I immediately copied a trap, and negated itself to increase my life points by a net of 1,600. This is a tough call, because the next turn you can negate the Snipe Hunter if you don't do this, but now you can't activate any cards out of your graveyard, which is a huge detriment. So I felt like it was better to use Trap now and give myself more activations out of the graveyard, basically, was the logic behind that. Even though I no longer have any negates with the Trap card in the graveyard. So he Cosmo Brains. So I could have stopped this play, right? I could let him activate that, boom, negate his effects, and he just has this wimpy 1,400, so could debate it, but then I still don't have a good way of killing him. So maybe that's a misplay, but it's really hard to say. So here it's looking pretty bad, right? All I have in the grave is a Banishment. Staring down at lethal. But Banishment for a Tez, so this is definitely just saving my my life mode. Tez, so he has to swing with both monsters, and I survived the turn. It's still not looking great, but I survived the turn. So I Ix Shell, draw 2, draw into a Banishment and a Tez, which is amazing. Take a Dark Lord Contact. Dark Lord Contact for Ixchel. Ixchel to copy Banishment for Desire, setting up for next turn. I don't want to use it this turn. I thought about using it this turn. I don't think it was the play. I 100% do not think that was the play. So basically, unless he summons another monster on this turn, I will have one monster at least on the field at the start of next turn. Contact for another one. Now at this point, I can no longer activate cards out of the graveyard because my life points have fallen below 1,000. But survive the turn, still have a card. Basically, if I draw into a Dark Lord Contact or a Banishment of the Dark Lords, which I can just use to grab a Dark Lord Contact, I will be able to wipe the field. So I take the Dark Lord Contact. I summon the Uko back, even though I can't activate cards out of the graveyard, which was probably not the smartest move, but normally that's what you would want to do. It didn't really matter because I was going to be able to... I was just going to use whatever I summoned as a tribute, but I think it would have been slightly better to not do this because I could potentially draw into a trap card if I don't send the trap card to the grave. Very minor, but if I draw into the trap card, then I can potentially increase my life points back over 1,000 and then start using stuff from the graveyard again. But didn't do that. So I send the trap card to the graveyard, summon the Desire, beat down, so I can swing over both his monsters. I don't need to use my Desire's effect. He draws. He can't play anything because he only has 2 cards in his hand. And I just win. So that was yeah, like I said, pretty crazy duel. 2 times I was really on the ropes there, just had to do stuff to survive, and then I ended up winning. So I think this deck's actually pretty good again. Seems like it's pretty good. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you guys later.